Also gut. Resume. Episode 1, Chapter 6. Ich weiß gar nicht mehr, wie viele Episoden das Spiel hatte.
Previously during the investigation, these puppies are making me go to another town in the boondocks again.
I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
Welcome to Greenland. I'm the sheriff, George Woodman. Call me George.
There's definitely something in this town. Do you feel it, Zach?
Ist das wirklich richtig?
My coffee warned me about it.
Ich habe ja eigentlich nur einen Spielstand, ne? Wir müssten jetzt eigentlich vor diesem, was war das, Town Hall, irgend so ein Dings stehen und da dürften gleich alle eintrudeln. Ah ja, ja doch, das ist es doch. Bin ich doch dahinter gelaufen. Ist noch gerade am Regnen. Ach, lang ist's her. Kann ich nicht auch irgendwie gucken? Ja. Light at the end of the tunnel. Aha. Oh, ist das ein geiles Wetter. Genau wie bei uns. Aber heute hat es mal nicht so stark geregnet. Gestern war ätzend. Gut. Dann muss ich eigentlich nur meine Zigaretten rausholen. Wo sind die überhaupt? Da. 2 Uhr. 3 Uhr. Jo. Jetzt sind alle da. Man hätte auch bis kurz vor 3 warten können, da hätte man halt gesehen, wie alle nach und nach eintreffen. Oh, George steht noch da vorne. Und Emily auch. Was macht ihr denn hier draußen? Also, ist wahrscheinlich auch eine Möglichkeit, das Event zu triggern. Ich bin mittlerweile echt überzeugt davon, dass die Lautstärke der Musik und das dadurch kaum verstehen können der Stimmen auf der Xbox nicht so schlimm war wie auf der Switch und das teilweise daran liegt, dass auf der Xbox wirklich die Musik weiter links und die Stimmen weiter rechts waren. Die das hier einfach beides in die Mitte gematscht haben.
Bright red tree.
Thank you all for coming today. Getting right down to business. Agent Morgan from the Federal Bureau of Investigations wishes to speak with you.
Good afternoon. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Some of you are already aware by now of the tragic murder of Anna Graham. Truly a heinous, terrible crime. I've come to this town to solve the murder of this young, beautiful girl. And to bring the one responsible to justice.
Yep.
Unfortunately, incidents like these have a tendency to happen again. I asked to have you gathered here so I can share some advice in order to minimize the risk of further fatal incidents. Firstly, please, stay away from any dark, dangerous, isolated places. Those of you with children, especially of Anna's age, please, guide your children away from such places at all costs.
Ich hoffe, der Ton ist bei euch wieder okay.
Avoid going out when it is raining. Now, I've heard the folklore story of the raincoat killer. There is a chance that the murderer is mimicking the story. Women should also be especially careful. I would hate to see more victims
Tschück. Wer ist denn das? Carol McLean, bar owner and singer.
Who's the fashionably late?
That's Carol, Thomas's sister. She owns a bar.
Thomas's sister.
Excuse me. So, as I have said, avoid going outside when it is raining. Young women should be especially careful. Report anything or anyone suspicious immediately. The murderer will be caught and brought to justice. But you must all remain on guard until we do so. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Mhm. Er wieder. Oder die beiden wieder, besser gesagt. Boah, ist das wieder am Knacksen bei mir, ey. Ich bin echt froh, dass es bei euch offenbar nicht so ankommt.
When paying for our sins, we must not frown. The loss of Anna was for that debt.
Wie bitte?
When purple fog covers our town, we'll all wander in hell, I fret. So says Mr. Stewart.
Das war sehr hilfreich, Dankeschön. Ich wüsste nicht, wie wir ohne diese Info überleben sollten.
Sure knows how to steal thunder.
Well then, Zach, let's ask some questions before all these guys leave.
Doch, das Lied hätte jetzt ruhig weiterlaufen können. Na gut. Let's ask some questions. Oh, Entschuldigung. Let's ask some questions. Wie wär's mit George?
Agent Morgan, here's your chance to get to know some of the townsfolk.
Ja, stimmt. Sollten wir
Don't
nicht
let
mit
it go
dir
to
reden.
waste.
Du standest nur halt gerade so praktisch da. Thomas.
Agent York, your words really made me think about Anna's death again. How could one do such a terrible thing? I'm still in shock.
Thomas, I forgot to ask. You don't have a tattoo on your back, do you?
Tattoo? I do, actually. But why?
Could you show it to me, please?
What? Now? Here?
Thomas.
Yes, please. This is vital for our investigation.
Okay, if it's gonna help you any.
Jetzt steht da irgendwie, I love to suck. Egal.
Well, I'm wondering who G is now, but aside from that,
Did it tell you anything?
it told me that you didn't
Bestimmt
kill
irgendwie so ein
Anna.
großes
Of
Herzchen
course
mit einem
not.
G drauf
What are
oder
you
sowas. Oder I love G oder sowas. Das steht bestimmt für
You wanna see that
gigantic,
tattoo, Zach?
enormous
A big heart with an arrow through it.
Cookies.
Love G in the
Oh.
center.
Love G.
I don't know when he got that done.
Das mit George.
He's all
Okay,
been
ich
through
will
the
nicht wissen,
80s.
was die, weiß ich, was. Thomas? George, was macht ihr, wenn Emily nicht da ist? Wisst ihr was, behaltet's für euch. Ach ja.
Quite a performance. Mysterious and very poetic. But I don't think many of your audience appreciated it.
Mr. Francis York Morgan,
Ja.
the purple fog appears with rain, soiling and ruining our town. The evil does not drain. Find out why the town is soiled. Remove the source from which it boiled. Then and only then your case is solved. But for this to happen, to solve the crime, the proper must chat with me. That is, with Mr. Stewart. May that be informative and fruitful, you will see. So says Mr. Stewart.
So, Harry, you know something. But there's some reason why you can't tell me yet. Is that what you're trying to say?
Cut the poetic rubbish, Harry, and tell us what you know. We can force you to talk, you know.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, pay close attention to the signs, the
Ja,
omens,
einfach
and
weiterhin.
premonitions. Small they may be, they still are finds, and helpful to your investigations. So says Mr. Stewart.
Wie er
Thanks
einfach
for the
schön
warning,
weiter
Harry.
Francis York
But don't
Morgan
worry.
anspricht.
Me and Zach, we know what we're doing.
Und George komplett ignoriert. Gut. Was gibt's hier? Kaffee, ja. Don't mind if I do. Da hat der Dave ja sogar auch gerade einen dabei. Nehmen wir gleich mal den. Sehr gut. Und dann noch, oh, ein bisschen Lachs. Jetzt geht's mir gut. Hi, Emily.
Agent York, are you finished asking questions yet?
Nee, ich wollte
When
nur
you're
eben
done, let me know. We'll all get dinner.
wissen, was du zu sagen hast. Bevor ich mit den ganzen anderen anfange. Na gut. Ihr habt alle keinen Suspect über dem Kopf, dann seid ihr wahrscheinlich alle total egal. Was eigentlich nicht wirklich Sinn ergibt, weil eigentlich bin ich ja hier, um alle zu befragen, die es hier gibt, aber okay. Oder vielleicht hat er ja schon irgendwie bestimmte Leute in seinem Kopf so eingegrenzt. Ach, hier geht's rum. So. Ah, da stand schon mal jemand. Wer bist du?
Good evening, Agent.
Brian the Insomniac. Gravekeeper.
Good evening, Mr.
Brian, the gravekeeper. Brian.
Mr. Bryan. I like the retro look. Auditioning for Little Grave on the Prairie?
Retro look.
Anna. Oh, she was so beautiful. Too soon. Too soon to go to the grave. So sad. So sad.
I totally agree. That's why I'm here, looking for the one who did it. Were you close to her?
Anna. Her smile. So warm. Anna. Blonde hair. So bright.
Der kann doch in einem Rammstein-Musikvideo mitspielen.
There's a graveyard somewhere in town, Zach. I'm not excited about the idea, but maybe we should at least check it out.
Ich schätze, das heißt nein, genau. Oder ein Clockwork Orange, stimmt. Ich habe schon überlegt, an wen erinnert er mich? Der hat ein bisschen was von Clockwork Orange. Gut, beim Friedhof waren wir ja sogar schon, ne? Da haben wir sogar was, da hatten wir einen Knochen gefunden, ne? Aber da sind wir einmal nachts gewesen. Was seid ihr denn für zwei Howdy Boys?
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
So Anna was killed. But why does that bring the FBI here?
Quint Dunn, Darts Bar employee.
I have an interest in murder cases involving young women.
Well, you know, man, this might just be another case to you. But it means the death of a friend to me. I don't want you taking this lightly like it's just another case.
Haben wir
I
doch gar
never
nicht
take
gesagt.
anything of this nature lightly, I assure you. I'm here to apprehend the perpetrator who did this.
Yeah, because local enforcement can't shine their own boots, right?
Good point. You can't always count on the police now, can you? But that doesn't mean you're going to capture the perpetrator yourself, Quint.
How do you know my name?
I memorized the name of every citizen before arriving in town. I also know about you and your significant other.
You mean Becky?
Don't underestimate the FBI. We know and see everything.
I'm sorry if I was a little
Especially
harsh.
everything you do on the internet.
I want to help, I do. Okay?
Okay, Zach, I'll tell you how I knew his name. He's got a small Q on his hat. That was the only name beginning with Q that I could think of. He was even kind enough to tell us his girlfriend's name. I can read him like a book, Zach.
Ja, er hat einfach den ersten Namen geraten, der ihm mit Q eingefallen ist. Da würde mir tatsächlich auch kaum ein anderer einfallen. Quincy vielleicht? Das war es auch schon. Also es ist gar nicht mal so absolut unrealistisch in dem Fall, das einfach zu raten. Was haben wir da?
You're York, right? I'm Richard Dunn, the owner of the Darts Bar.
Okay, er sagt selber.
Swery 65.
Richard Dunn, Darts Bar Owner.
How'd you like the town? Oh, it's great. Aside from the murder that happened here.
Yep. Murder just doesn't fit with a small town like ours.
Well, Richard, I'll have to correct you on that. Crimes don't care about size. Big town, small town, just isn't a factor.
I guess you're right.
So, how did you know Anna?
I've known her since she was a child. She was the same age as my son. You know, she always stood out, being pretty and all, just like her mother, Sally.
What do you know about Sally?
Well, I went all through school with her right here in town. I never thought our children would be the same age.
I don't see her here today.
Ah, well, see, she lost her husband, and this time it's her daughter. She's at home right now, trying to make peace with it all.
You seem to know a lot. How long have you been in love with her?
Hey, don't go there. That scar of yours tells me you got your hands full too, right? Let's not dive into personal matters. It'll be better for you and me.
You're right, Richard. Collecting gossip won't help with the matter at hand.
Oh, hallo Milky. Ich vorhin schon gefragt, ob ich Bescheid sagen muss oder ob du einfach so kommst. Gina und Jim und Jack. Oh, ja, auf die freue ich mich ja total.
Jim, thanks for your help in the forest. How are Isaac and Isaiah?
They're fine.
They really seem to love their grandpa.
Well, I guess they do, son. I want to keep them away from the filth of the material world as much as I can. Their mother agrees, which is why she lets me take care of them so often.
And that's why I want you to solve this case quickly and go home. Those rumors about that scar of yours do more damage than good around here.
I guess I reek of the material world, don't I? I have to in order to do my job. But I understand what you mean.
Hat er gerade schon gar nicht mehr aufs Handy
I'd think the same if I was born in a place like this, Zach.
Yum, yum, yum. Hi Gina, hi Jack.
Hello again, Agent York. How are you?
Good, thanks. And you?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good today.
Well, that's good to hear. Do you have any information that could help me out?
Information? Sounds difficult and not my kind of conversation. Anyways, you should come by the gas stand again. I'll give you the best service in town.
Zach, perhaps you can tell me. Why did she bother coming here?
Die hat bestimmt in Wahrheit einen Doktortitel und studiert nachts Quantenphysik und tut nur so dumm, damit sie alle in Ruhe lassen. Wobei, ich denke, wenn sie wollte, dass alle sie in Ruhe lassen, würde sie vielleicht sich nochmal anders verhalten.
I've nothing to say to you.
I haven't asked you anything yet, Jack.
Shut it! I might open up if you introduce me to, I don't know, a Ben Franklin or two.
Oh, what a creature. Guess there's always someone like him in every town.
Wie sagte das letztes Mal noch einer? Was, Dave? Tekken hat angerufen und will seine Frisur zurück oder so. Ist mir zumindest gerade in den Sinn gekommen. Ich meine, sowas in der Art hat er letztens auch jemand gesagt. Der Typ sieht aus wie dieser eine Paul oder so aus Tekken. Was zur Hölle ist... Ach, die.
Oh my pot is getting cold.
Roaming Sigourney. Sigourney, nicknamed the Pot Lady.
Hey, mister, my pot is getting cold.
You are... who?
What are you saying? I'm Sigourney.
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 Sigourney. Okay. Now, what is the matter? Can you explain?
No time for chatting. I need to hurry. My pot is getting colder. Oh, you're useless.
Zach, we've met all sorts today, but really, she takes the cake.
Amazing. Wer Twin Peaks kennt, kann sich eventuell denken, dass sie eine Referenz zur Log Lady aus Twin Peaks sein soll. Deswegen wird sie auch Pot Lady genannt. In Twin Peaks gibt es die Log Lady. Polly, guckst du das Bild an oder das Zeichen, das ich jetzt einfach einsammle? So, jetzt kannst du es nicht mal angucken. Pech.
Mr. Morgan, you're quite an impressive public speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little of a play I saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
I'm talking about back when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come on the weekend to see the latest play. He'd always pretend to be uninterested, but I could tell he was excited inside. He was just one of those kind of guys, really, thinking about it now.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite play?
Oh, well, I like so many. There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore. Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
Something by Shakespeare?
Oh, no, nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore. I've always been forgetful about the plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my husband would get angry at me for forgetting what we saw. He'd go on for hours retelling what the play was about.
Weißt du wenigstens auch, wie dein
His
Ehemann hieß?
eyes were so sparkling, like a happy young boy.
I see. So, what's your favorite play?
Oh, I almost forgot, Mr. Morgan. We're going to have another guest soon. I have to get back and get things ready. Sorry for having to hurry away. I'll see you back at the hotel.
Dann, die kann aber schnell laufen.
Zach, I think she could embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators. She successfully avoided answering my question, Zach. Amazing.
Die rennt jetzt von hier aus zu Fuß bis zum Hotel zurück. Wie weit das wohl wäre, kann ich glaube ich nicht sehen. Okay, wen haben wir da? Oh, die haben wir noch nicht kennengelernt. Die haben wir, glaube ich, einmal durchs Fenster beobachtet, wie sie ihm Mittagessen gebracht hat. Das klingt jetzt auch ein bisschen falsch, das vor ihren Augen zu sagen.
Yeah!
Hi.
Hey there, FBI. I'm Keith Ingram.
Keith Ingram, convenience store owner.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. That's what everyone always calls me.
Okay, York. No problem, man.
So, Keith, I hear you run the Milk Barn convenience store.
That's right, man. Rock and roll!
Do you sell raincoats there by any chance?
Yeah, but nobody ever buys them, though. Anyone who wears one of them, I say, just ain't a rocker. But you know, that scar of yours, now that scar rocks.
This scar rocks? Now that's a new one. I'll drop by your store soon, and let's talk then.
Yeah, cool, man. Rock on, FBI!
Vielleicht habe ich auch einfach nur gerade die Route gewählt, die erstmal die ganzen Bekloppten präsentiert. Sie ist hoffentlich etwas vernünftiger. Oh, ich kann auch X-Observe drücken bei den ganzen. Das habe ich ganz vergessen. Achso, da steht nur, let's hear what this person has to say. Bist du ein bisschen normaler?
You're Isaac and Isaiah's mother?
Yes, I'm Lily.
Ach so, das heißt Keith ist der... Oh Gott, okay. Lily Ingram, Keith's wife.
I'm FBI Special Agent...
Agent York, right?
You are good.
The handsome special agent from the big city. The facial scar trademark. The way you introduce yourself. Everyone's talking about you.
Well, I can't say much about the scar. But the way I introduce myself, Zach and I consider it a kind of ritual of sorts.
Everyone has their own rituals. It's like always leaving the house left foot first. It's one of those things.
You certainly are a funny one.
So, have you noticed anything strange or out of place recently?
Well, Becky's been taking a couple of days off from work, but aside from that, I heard she was
Becky
in
hat's getan.
shock after the murder. But,
You think there's something else?
well, I took the boys along to see her today. She's always so kind to them, and they love seeing her too. But she took in the boys and told me to wait outside. Something about a special secret between just the three of them.
Oh.
I just couldn't understand it.
Now that's interesting. Thank you, Lily.
Wer war denn jetzt nochmal Becky?
Perhaps we should give Becky a visit tomorrow, Zach.
Becky, wer war Becky? Ist sie vielleicht hier? Haben wir irgendwie so ein Namensregister? Haben wir nicht, ne? Was ist denn Key Flag? Ach, das sind die Sachen. Die Trading Cards sind so eine Art Namensregister, wenn man halt welche findet, ne? Das ist Lily, Keith Wife. Becky haben wir ja noch nicht. Aber die müsste doch eigentlich auch hier sein. Ist das nicht Ascher? Bist du Ascher? Oh, nee. Das ist, glaube ich, der Typ vom Waffen, vom Panda-Geschäft. Also Panda-Geschäfte, Panda, irgendwas hieß
I'm
das
FBI
Waffengeschäft.
Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
Der verkauft keine Pandas,
Please,
sondern
call me
Waffen.
York.
Wesley, owner of the gun store called Panda Bear. People around here call me the gunsmith.
Wesley the Gunsmith, gun store owner.
Was there something you want to ask me?
Ja, wann ein scheiß Shop mal
How do
endlich
you make a
aufhat.
living running a gun store in a place like this? I'd be worried because there can't be that many customers.
Worry gives a
Berechtigte
small
Frage.
thing a big shadow. I do gunsmith work in my shop, too. If you got the skills, the customers find you. All you need is a network.
Fair point.
I hope so.
Here's what I've got. Oh, ich kann mal bei ihm was kaufen. Ja, aber die habe ich doch schon. Die habe ich ja mittlerweile. Patronen? Brauche ich Patronen? Ich glaube nicht, oder? Ich guck mal eben. Guns are just tools for killing people. I don't like it any more than you do.
You've got quite a selection here. No wonder people come from all around.
Quite a
Even
selection is
today, a
good.
customer paid me to go to Seattle for some help. I just got back.
I see. Well, I'll be sure to visit your store sometime.
If it ever fucking
I'd
opens.
like for you to take a look at my gun.
Understood. Look forward to it. The shop will be open again tomorrow. It's usually open from 2000 to 0600. See you then.
Oh, ich hatte doch online auch mal nachgeschlagen, da hieß es was von wegen erst ab Kapitel 7. Da habe ich noch gedacht, Kapitel 7 ist bestimmt schon fast am Ende des Spiels. Aber jetzt habe ich ja vorhin beim Spielstand Laden gesehen, es ist unterteilt in Episoden und Kapitel. Es war dann wahrscheinlich gemeint Episode 1, Kapitel 7, weil wir sind jetzt in Kapitel 6. Das würde dann ja passen. So, ich will mal eben gucken, ob es sich lohnt, bei dem gerade noch Maschinengewehr-Pistolen zu kaufen. Wo hätte ich die denn überhaupt? Habe ich die bei Weapon? Naja, da habe ich die 540. Von 700. Jetzt ist er ja nicht mehr Suspect. Jetzt weiß ich, aber gut, im Grunde ist er ja immer noch Suspect. Solange wir den Fall nicht geklärt haben. Er hat nur nicht mehr den Namen Suspect. Ach Moment, da war ja auch Panda Bear als Option. Panda Bear, du kannst mir ruhig nochmal ein paar von denen verkaufen. Ich habe ja das Geld. Passen noch welche? No, you can't carry any more of those. Okay. Vielen Dank, Wesley. Olivia und der stand in der Küche. Der hat mich so dumm angepumpt. She's hard at work helping her husband. She's almost too good for him because he's a fucking ass, apparently. So. Was gibt's
Can
bei
you
dir?
tell me if you noticed anything strange about Anna before the incident?
Well, I'm not sure if this will be of any help, but...
Anything, no matter how small, could be of help.
Well, you see, the diner closes when it rains. Many shops do that around here, as you might have heard. Anyway, Anna always seemed unfocused the day after it rained. and came in late, too. It was almost as if she used up all her energy the day before. Come to think of it, that was really strange. Did that legendary monster really kill her?
It wasn't a monster. Just a criminal. Criminal I'm going to catch and bring to justice.
Große Worte. Lassen wir ihnen hoffentlich Taten folgen. Die sieht ein bisschen aus wie Lilly ohne Monsterkinn. Ah. So sehr dann wohl doch nicht. Wen haben wir hier? Who the hell are you? Oh, ich glaube, der ist bei dem Schrottplatz. Den haben wir noch nicht getroffen, aber ich glaube, der ist beim Schrottplatz.
So you're the FBI agent, are you?
The General, owner of the scrapyard. Yep, hatte recht.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I'm the General. I fought for my country in the Vietnam War.
A real-life war hero. So why are you living here?
Soldier, this is my hometown. After a man returns from war, there's no place to go other than his hometown. Your little speech, you mentioned the raincoat killer.
Was that a problem?
Kotzende Katze.
You imbecile. The raincoat killer's no myth, not mere folklore, not a fairy tale. It's based on actual events that happened in this town.
It is. I'm interested. Can you tell me more about this?
Ja, das möchte ich auch hören.
You kids today don't even know how to ask for something right.
Pretty please.
Soldier, if you want to hear more, you come to my office.
Okay, wenn du dann mal da bist.
He literally exudes raw power, Zach. Despite the credibility issues, we should give him a visit.
One thing, though. Calls himself a general, but isn't that a sergeant's uniform?
Ein Lügner. Oh, Fiona und Asha. Hallöchen.
Are you getting closer to catching the murderer?
Hello again, Fiona. Good to see you here.
Well, Dr. Johnson told me to be here. He said it would be important.
Well, that was good advice. He may be young, but he seems like a wise man.
Oh, and he's a very hard-working person, too. Everyone thinks he's some kind of weirdo, but I don't think so at all. People don't understand why he's in the autopsy room all day.
Du weißt schon, dass da
But
neben
I
dir steht.
do. He's doing research to make the world a better place in the future. You know, he already made a fortune in LA with his career.
I did not know that.
You didn't? Oh, the doctor is a very rich man. He has a really big house over by the lake.
Amazing, Zach. He must be loaded. Rich and young. A perfect combination.
But you don't get that feeling from him at all, do you? He doesn't show it. That's one of the things I like best about him.
Well, I could have been fooled if it weren't for you.
Dreht sich schon um.
Thanks for the valuable information, Fiona.
Ich hab nicht mitgehört. Ja dann, was hast du zu sagen?
Agent York, you make any progress?
Of course, plenty. Tell me, Usha, when is Anna's funeral?
That's still undecided. Sally isn't really in any condition to
Sally
do
ist
it
ihre
right
Mutter.
now.
Her mother? I don't see her here.
Ja, wollt ihr einen Monat warten?
Anna was the sole reason for living
ein bisschen
after her
eklig.
husband was deceased. Well, she's probably huddled up at home.
And I should probably take some time to pay her a visit.
Well, yes, you should. And I'd appreciate it if you could, too. But don't go too hard on her, okay?
Okay. Ich glaube, man konnte auch schon theoretisch an einem der bisherigen Tage da vorbeifahren und durchs Fenster gucken. Und dann sieht man sie halt die ganze Zeit da im Wohnzimmer sitzen und vor dem Foto heulen. Bringt jetzt nicht besonders viel, aber war möglich. Ich glaube, dann haben wir gleich alle. Da ist Carol, die Schwester von Thomas.
Anna was an airhead.
What do you mean? Are you saying she was killed because she was an airhead? Or are you saying that she was an airhead for being killed?
I'm sure she's still an airhead, even in heaven. She changed her hair every day. If she lost a pound, she'd be ecstatic. Gain one, and she'd almost be in tears. She broke many, many plates every day at the diner, and she'd always have a smile on her face. Always having fun. Everyone looked at her and knew she was a cute, adorable, loving airhead. But they would be smiling right along with her. I wouldn't be surprised if the angels smiled with her too.
That doesn't really look very wholesome.
Isaac and Isaiah said that Anna was a fairy of the forest. A goddess.
Okay. Tschüss. Schätze ich mal. Extra for Profiling. Heißt das, wir haben alle? Ich glaube schon, weil hier geht's jetzt wieder zurück zu denen. Oder der Graveyard Heini ist sogar ganz weg. Und hier dürfte jetzt eigentlich niemand mehr sein. Kann ich nur Observe machen. No relation to the case, I'd figure. Achso, er hat sich wahrscheinlich Leute rausgesucht, die irgendwie mehr oder weniger damit in Verbindung stehen könnten. Oh, Moment. Ach ne, auch nur Observe. Und hier komme ich wieder bei denen raus. Gut, dann gehe ich jetzt mal zu Emily und wir gehen essen. Hieß es ja. Ich könnte vorher noch speichern. Wo war denn hier ein Telefon? Oh, das war glaube ich hier hinten. Hätte ich gerade direkt da bleiben können. Aber gerade habe ich noch nicht dran gedacht. Aber jetzt fällt es mir doch ein, dass ich regelmäßig speichern sollte. Allein schon wegen dem tollen Bassgeräusch. Das hat jetzt aber doch Geld gekostet. Ich dachte doch neulich schon mal, dass es Geld kostet. Dann dachte ich wiederum, dass ich mich vertan hatte und ich Geld dafür kriege. Aber jetzt habe ich gerade definitiv was abgezogen bekommen. Gut, Emily, hallo. Hey, hallo? Emily? Thomas? Emily? Hallo?
I can't believe you thought I was a suspect, Agent York. I'm still in shock.
Oh, da spielt gerade jemand Animal Crossing, New Horizons. Weiß nicht, ob euch das angezeigt wird. Emily, ich würde dich jetzt gerne ansprechen. Warum geht denn das jetzt nicht? Die meinte doch, ich soll zu ihr kommen. Was ist, wenn ich einfach weggehe? Die kann ich auch nicht mehr ansprechen. Let's ask around, Zach. Inquiries are the basis of any criminal investigation. Fehlt mir noch jemand? Den habe ich total vergessen.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. I presume you are the owner of the diner that Anna worked at?
That's right.
Nick Cormack.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Anna Graham. Did you notice anything strange about her prior to the incident? Nick, are you hiding something?
No, nothing.
You're sure?
I'm sorry, but I don't like repeating myself.
Okay. Hilfreich. Sehr freundlich. Okay, das war's.
Agent Morgan, I'd like to let everyone go home now. Let's go outside.
Er sollte eher Dick heißen. Ja, jetzt haben wir einige kennengelernt. Die Namen, glaube ich, schon wieder vergessen, aber... Da merkt man sich schon noch. Das war, glaube ich, gerade erst Keith und Lily und das sind jetzt Nick und Olivia. Da ist Wesley. Hier unten ist Gina und der Tekken Guy. Richard und Quint. Es wird ja auch zum Glück kein Test drüber geschrieben. Bait, normal worm. Use it with a fishing rod to go fishing. Turkey sandwich.
Well then, Agent York, do you have any plans for this evening?
I was going to head back to the hotel and go over my notes. I need to contact HQ and give a progress report too.
Okay, then let's call it a day here.
Sounds good.
Contact my office when you finish your report. We'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Diane, the owner of the art gallery, should be back soon.
All right then, let's do that.
Peek.
Hold on, Agent York. We're going out to eat at Nick's Diner. Would you like to come with us?
The diner? That might be nice.
Thomas is a great cook, but Nick is the real deal. No visit to Greendale is complete without eating at the A&G.
A very appealing proposition. Zach, what do you think? We can always go back to the hotel after eating dinner, or go directly back to the hotel. You decide, Zach.
Let's eat with them. Ich glaube, das war ganz witzig. Country ham. Country ham will satisfy a moderate amount of your hunger.
I've been sheriff here for a long time now.
4 days.
And this is the worst murder I've ever seen.
Our town is a little odd in some ways, but it's usually a peaceful place.
We had our fair share of cases, but just the regular stuff. A high school kid shoplifting from the milk barn, maybe. Or some hot-headed kids fighting, fueled on liquor. Nothing more than that.
Agent York, what kind of cases have you dealt with in the past?
Not much different from those you've just mentioned. The case I was on until last month, well, the guy killed 7 girls in a 3-month period. He sawed their heads off from the neck and took them back to his house. He cleaned the skulls up and used them as utensils in his daily life, to eat from or as a urine cup. He hated women. That was his way of dealing with it. He'd fill skulls with ice, cola, and rum.
Die sind beim Essen, Mann.
For him, that was a holy ritual. The question of his mental state was the pivotal point in the court case.
Oh, was it?
Oh, man.
For me, he was insane. 100%.
You don't say.
Drinking from the skulls. Well, that is one thing. But those he had used to relieve himself, he would then just use them to drink from, too. Yeah, that was too much for me. It's just not sanitary.
Oh, well, that's the problem.
Not sanitary. That's probably not the problem for most of us.
What else? Ah, yes. An ingenious law school student raped over 800 victims.
That
was an nasty one.
Thank you, Agent York. Now, let's talk about something else.
You don't want to hear anymore? That's a shame, isn't it, Zach? I was just about to get to the good part, too.
It sounds like you live in a totally different world. I mean, you're like an elite agent who just jumped out from a movie or
Der meinte noch vorhin noch, seine Fälle wären nicht groß anders als
like
ihre.
we're just playing cops and robbers. I give up. I can't compete with you.
Don't say that, Emily. The cases you have solved are all full-fledged crimes. A crime is a crime. Size doesn't matter. There is no big and small. Crimes always have a criminal and a victim. No victim will ever welcome a crime, no matter what its size. So, fundamentally, there is no difference in size.
Well said, Agent Morgan. We work day and night to preserve peace and order in this town. You understand that, right?
Natürlich.
Of course. But still, I don't view shoplifting and Anna's murder as the same level of crime.
Me neither. I never even dreamt that such a thing could ever even happen in this town. I keep on expecting to see Anna here in this diner, waiting on tables.
Excuse us, Agent Morgan. We should have made dinner a more uplifting experience. Let's call it a night.
Okay. Good night then.
Ja, einfach nur so vollkommen normal. Okay. Good night then, sagt